Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 things from the year 2000. But yeah, some of you might not even remember these things. Anyone around the age of 30 plus will remember these things for sure. These are the top 5 things we were obsessed with in around the year 2000. Now, I started school in the year 2000. It was September 2000 when I started secondary school. I went to Hornsey School for Girls in North London. Back in like 2000, these were the top 5 things that were so popular, like madly popular. Everyone went crazy for 5 things that everybody went crazy for in around the year 2000. Number 1 is Scott jumpers. Now, who remembers Scott jumpers? I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Scott. I'm sure it's Scott. I'm not sure. But yeah, who remembers Scott jumpers? They were like the hoodies, and inside the hood was like a grey velvet. Now, back in school days, everybody wore them. I remember they were always worn in the colours black, grey and navy blue. I think they did come in other colours, but they were like the 3 popular colours that everybody wore in school. They were worn as like a winter jacket. They were worn like on top of everyone's like uniform. I mean, the school I went to, we didn't have uniform, we just had colour codes. So you were allowed to wear black, white, red or grey, as long as they were plain colours. So today I've got these grey bottoms on. If I wore them to school, I would be allowed because they're plain grey. So that's what the uniform was. So if this cardigan right now was white and this top here was red and that was grey, that would be our uniform. That was literally our uniform. We didn't have blazers. Things have changed now. I think Hornsey girls do actually have uniform, like an actual uniform now. Yeah, everyone would wear Scott jumpers. They were so popular. People in school were wearing them. Adults who were out of school were wearing them. Everybody down the street was wearing them. They were just so massively popular. I never owned one, but everybody around me was wearing it at the time. They were madly popular. That was number 1. Number 2, the second thing that was so popular in my school, diamond printed tights. Who remembers these tights? Oh my God, I actually owned these tights. They were just plain black, really thick tights with like see-through diamond print in them. And every schoolgirl back in the day had them on. Literally, my school was flooded with these tights. Everybody had these tights. And if you didn't own these tights, you were asking people, where did you get these tights from? And that was literally me. I was like, where are they from? They're so nice. I love them. They were like something I'd never seen before, but at the same time, everybody was wearing them. So it's like you just wanted them because you were like, where'd you get them from? I've never seen them in the shops. I need them in my life. They were so popular. These diamond printed tights were literally so popular. The third thing that was so popular, Wallaby shoes. Who remembers Wallabies? Oh my gosh, literally, who remembers them? So back in the day, school days, all the schoolgirls and the schoolboys would all wear Wallabies. In my school, because it was a girls' school, all the girls were wearing them. And I remember you could even get them in like pastel colours. They even came in this exact colour that I'm wearing now, this lilac colour. You had them in like baby pink, baby blue, mint green, lilac. They came in like pastel colours. Everyone in school was obviously wearing them in black. They're wearing the black ones with their uniform. I seem to remember the Wallaby was the actual brand, but you had like the copies as well in other shops, like the cheaper versions. So I remember, I don't know if you remember, but the side tie Wallabies came out. So first it was the front tie ones, then it was the side tie ones. And I had the side tie ones in, I think they were like a, I can't remember if they were pink suede or pink leather. I think they were pink leather with a suede interior. They were like pink leather and they had the side tie suede little like ribbony string to tie them up with. And I remember it was a pain in the ass trying to like untie this this suede ribbon on your Wallaby shoe. It was like such a pain. I remember buying them years ago and absolutely loving them. And now I'm like, I will never, ever put my foot in one now. Literally, they are not my style, but back then I was like, I absolutely love them. Everyone was going crazy for the pastel Wallabies. Everybody loved them. The next one that was so popular in the 2000s were coloured contact lenses. Who remembers how mad everybody was for coloured contact lenses? If you didn't have them, you wanted them. And if you weren't wearing them, you certainly would wear them the following day. Literally, you'd have them in your life. If you didn't have them in your life, you'd have them in your life. Literally, that is how popular they were. So everybody was wearing coloured contact lenses, like everybody. If anyone had dark eyes like myself, you'd see them come to school with grey, green or baby blue eyes because you knew they were wearing contacts. Everybody was wearing those contacts. I had a pair of contacts. I seem to remember I got them in grey, and I think I put them in incorrectly because I was wearing them to school one day and it just constantly felt like there was something in both my eyes. It just felt like there was a lash in each eye, and I literally could barely open my eyes. They were like streaming, and I had to take them out, and it was just like grazing my eyeballs. The things we do when we're teenagers. And the colour was really, really beautiful. It was like a beautiful grey, but they were just grazing my eyes. And apparently it's because I actually put them in inside out. And apparently if you put them in inside out, it will feel like there's something in your eye. But if you put them in correctly, you won't feel anything. Like, I've actually worn contacts correctly in the past, like coloured ones, and they feel like there's nothing in your eye. It just feels natural. But these ones were just constantly grazing my eyeballs. I was in school with like painful eyes. I was like, oh, these are killing me. I need to take these out. In the end, I just stopped wearing them. And yeah, I was really, really scared because I'd heard of like people getting eye infections and being hospitalized through contact lenses, and it just kind of put me off. I was just worried, and I think I wore them like once and then I binned them because I was just scared to keep reusing them. Number 5, the 5th thing everybody loved in the year 2000 was a Nokia 3210. Who remembers these Nokia phones? Do you remember flicking through Argos catalogue, and the page where the phones were, there was like a page of cases, and there was this one popular case that I seem to remember everybody had, and it was always in the Argos catalogue. It was like a blue case with like a lightning bolt on it. And another popular case was like the transparent cases. Everybody had like the transparent cases. But yeah, do you remember like back in the day when we changed the case on our phones, you'd have to push the button on the bottom and push the case up, and the case would come off the phone. And back then there was no video recorder on your phone. There was no camera. Teenagers these days will get the shock of their lives when we tell them this. They'll be like, I didn't even know such a phone existed. Even when I tell my 9-year-old daughter this, she's like, what? The other day I showed her a house phone on a video and she could not believe it. I said to her, this is how I used to talk to my friends back in the day. We used a landline, and she's like, she just couldn't believe it. Imagine, we had no cameras, no video, nothing. And I remember when the Sony Ericsson released a camera phone, the camera didn't even come with the phone. You had to purchase a separate camera and put it in the phone and then take pictures that way. And I remember the pictures were so pixelated. They were so pixelated. They weren't like phones these days. There was no touch screen. All your phones were buttons, and if you wanted to text like one letter, you had to press one button like 3 times, 4 times to text people. And that's why we'd use things like, instead of LATER, we'd say L8R, later. M8 for mate instead of MATE, just to make it quick. Yeah, it's crazy. And the cases we had with the phones and the ringtones. Do you remember what the ringtones used to sound like? Oh my God, the Nokia ringtones were like so popular. We used to go onto Google, and I think it was Composer we used to go on our phone and find some like ringtones from like the 2000s and make them ourselves on our phone. Just to make things more fun on our phone, we used to make our own ringtones on the phone from like Google. We used to go onto Composer and like put the ringtone into your phone and save it, and you'd have like a song that was a ringtone on your phone. And yeah, there was no MP3 on your phone, there was no sat nav on your phone, there was no cameras, nothing. But yeah, the Nokia 3210 was so popular in around the year 2000. So that's the end of my video. I hope you all enjoyed watching. If you want to see more content from me, please don't forget to subscribe. I hope that brought back some good memories for you all. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in my next video.